This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You're watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
So the Bulgarian heavyweight Kubrat Pulev, who's set to take on Anthony Joshua for the unified WBA, WBO, IBF and IBO World Heavyweight titles. Originally that was for June the 20th, but he's given us a new date as to when he's been told that the fight will happen. Now, before we get into it, yes, I did use the word unified. Unified means you've got more than one belt, okay? Because there is a bit of confusion every time I say unified when it comes to Anthony Joshua. Undisputed would be if he had all the belts. Of course, he still needs a WBC. So for those who didn't know, there's a difference between unified and undisputed. Now, the new date that Kubrat Pulev has put out is July the 25th. Now, Eddie Hearn has said this over the past couple of weeks that potentially that could be it, but Kubrat Pulev is saying that he's been told it's July the 25th. He goes into like a whole nother statement as well about what's going on in the world and all this, that and the other, and how basically, in a nutshell, when everybody comes out of this, it's going to be like a whole new world. That's what he believes. So, who knows if he's going to be right about that or not. But either way, July the 25th, and it's still looking like it will be at the Tottenham Hotspur football stadium. Now, July 25th isn't too far away, so again, I wouldn't be at all surprised if that date actually changes. What they don't want to do is put on that kind of fight behind closed doors, so nobody in the arena except for a few cameramen and a commentary team. Nobody really wants that. People want to be there to witness the atmosphere at the Tottenham Hotspur football ground. And that's how it should be, isn't it? I mean, boxing is a people sport, much like football is a people sport, baseball, American football, and all that kind of thing. People want the atmosphere. And although you may not be going to Tottenham Hotspur, for example, to actually witness the atmosphere will come through on the TV. And that's why I don't know whether or not July the 25th might be a little bit too soon, especially as Bob Arum, he said that Wilder Fury Part 3 is looking more like October, and that's a reserve date just in case that even if they do get hold of this whole situation sooner than later, at least October, it gives everybody a bit of time just to pretty much guarantee it. But even then, it may not happen. We might not get any boxing in 2020. Or football or anything, but we'll have to wait and see. But either way, July the 25th is what Kubrat Pulev is saying, and that does fall in line with what Eddie Hearn says. But as we know with Anthony Joshua, he, based on his form and everything that he's done so far, activity is what keeps Anthony Joshua sharp. Inactivity is what doesn't. When he fought Alexander Povetkin, the difference between that time and when he fought Andy Ruiz Jr. was a pretty big gap, and inactivity may well have contributed to what happened at Madison Square Garden. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. I mean, Pulev, he's not as dangerous as, say, Andy Ruiz Jr. as far as the hand speed and that goes, but Pulev, he's got an excellent jab. He does seem pretty incapable of times of throwing the right hand, which is a devastating right hand, but he seems to only really throw that after he throws a jab. So he'll throw a jab, then jab, right hand. That's kind of how he does it. So Joshua doesn't have too much to worry about in this fight, I wouldn't have thought. But as all fights, it's heavyweight. You never know what's going to happen. Joshua is going to have to be switched on for this one. And then hopefully going forward, we get an undisputed fight real soon. If not, there's plenty of other big fights out there, such as Tyson Fury versus Dillian White would be a great fight. Joshua will fight the winner of Derek Chisora and Alexander Usyk. Of course, Usyk will be the favourite. So either way, the winner of that against Anthony Joshua as well will be a mega fight. But that's not to rule out Kubrat Pulev. Bob Arum will love nothing more than Kubrat Pulev to win. So therefore, all the titles are then in top rank. So anyway, we'll have to wait and see what happens. But for now, July the 25th is the new date, according to Kubrat Pulev. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe, catch you all on the next video.